If you ask someone to define pop music, most people are going to focus on the sound, right?
Hmm.
Catchy beat, a huge chorus, something you can dance to.
Right, but that's really only half the story.
Okay.
Pop music isn't defined by one single sound that stays the same. Its real superpower, I think,
Hmm.
is its ability to constantly change, to evolve. It just perfectly reflects whatever the public is listening to at that exact moment.
And that's what we're going to get into, how technology and media turn a simple song into, well, the world's biggest form of entertainment.
Exactly.
So let's unpack its DNA. Pop music, as we sort of recognize it today, really started taking shape in the mid-1950s.
Yeah, before that, music was often recorded for adults. Sometimes it was longer, a bit more complicated. Pop was designed from the ground up to be instantly catchy.
Accessible.
Accessible. Yeah, it was a very deliberate mix.
Yeah.
You had the raw energy of early rock and roll, the soul from rhythm and blues, and then the structure of like traditional folk music.
And the whole point was efficiency.
100%. Create shorter songs, usually around 3 minutes, that were easy to remember, easy to sing along to, and most importantly, easy to sell.
That selling part is key. It leads right into the first big tech breakthrough that really fueled this whole thing.
The 45 RPM vinyl record.
Okay, so we're talking about that small 7-inch record, one song on each side. Why was that such a game changer?
Because the older, larger records were expensive. They held whole albums. They were, a family purchase. The 45 was designed to be cheap.
So a kid could actually afford it.
Exactly. You could buy your favorite track for just a few cents. And that meant teenagers suddenly had the power to buy their own music, which was fundamental to creating a separate youth culture.
But once you have the 45s, how did kids know which song to buy? You couldn't just listen to everything in the store.
And that's where radio came in.
The broadcast power.
Yeah, radio stations became these essential marketing machines. They started playing the most popular hits on what they called heavy rotation.
Over and over and over.
All day long. And that repetition, it trains your ear. You hear the song, you learn it, and then you want to own the physical record.
It's interesting how it worked, though. The disc jockeys, the DJs, they weren't just picking their favorites.
No, not at all. They were tracking local sales, taking requests, trying to guess what you wanted to hear next. The whole thing was funded by ads.
Right, so they had a huge incentive to only play the biggest hits to keep people from changing the station.
And that basic system is still around. I mean, modern radio has evolved, of course. We went from local signals with static to satellite radio, which is clear across the country.
And digital radio, much cleaner sound.
But the structure is the same.
Mhm.
Top 40 stations play the week's biggest hits because radio airplay is still a huge factor in what gets onto the official music charts.
So radio hooked our ears. But then the mid-20th century brings television.
And that changed everything. It demanded a visual.
TV became this incredibly powerful promotional tool. I mean, think about a show like American Bandstand.
Oh, yeah. An appearance on a show like that could turn an unknown singer into a massive star.
Overnight.
Literally overnight. Right there in the living rooms of millions of families.
That's a huge cultural shift. For the first time, visual style, your look, how you danced became just as important as the music.
Maybe even more so. And today, media companies still rely on TV, and especially on, streaming video platforms, as the main way to introduce new talent. They know we demand something compelling to look at.
Okay, so that's distribution. Let's pivot to the sound itself. The pop music you hear today sounds so different from the 1950s.
It's entirely because of how the music is captured and created. We went from like a single microphone to full-on digital sculpting.
Explain the old school way.
Okay, so back then, recording was intense. All the musicians had to be in one room, playing perfectly together, and a single, very sensitive microphone would capture the whole band's sound at once.
Wow, so if the drummer messes up...
The whole band has to stop and start the entire song over from the beginning.
That sounds so stressful.
It was incredibly demanding. Then came the breakthrough, magnetic tape. This was a physical ribbon of plastic that allowed for multi-track recording.
And multi-track, that let you layer sounds, right?
Exactly. It was revolutionary. You could record the drums one day, add the guitar solo 3 days later, and then bring the vocalist in the week after that.
Yeah.
It lets you create sounds that are physically impossible to perform live.
Like 50 vocal harmonies or something.
Exactly. It fundamentally changed what was possible.
Which leads directly to modern tech, the digital audio workstation.
Right. If tape allowed layering, digital tools allow for, like, surgical precision. Producers can now edit every single note, every beat, right on a computer screen.
So if a singer is a little flat on one word...
The engineer can just pull up that single syllable and correct its pitch. instantly. If a drum hit is a little early, they just slide it into perfect time. It gives them this incredible power to sculpt the sound.
And because of that, you don't even necessarily need a giant, expensive studio anymore.
Not at all. A hit song can be made in a Prey studio, or an artist can create a masterpiece in their bedroom with pretty accessible gear. The software gives you that flexibility.
And the quality of the sound capture itself is just, it's incredible.
Oh, yeah. Modern mics are so sensitive they catch every tiny detail, every breath. And the sound engineers are the real wizards, balancing everything so the vocals sit perfectly in the mix.
What's also amazing is how it just erases geography.
Completely. A producer in London, a singer in Seoul, a guitarist in Nashville, they can all record their parts and share the files over the internet. A track can be finished in hours.
That instant collaboration connects right to the next big evolution, which is music portability.
Right. Pop music stopped being something you just listened to in your living room and became deeply personal and mobile.
It started small, back in the 60s, the transistor radio.
Yep, that little thing meant teenagers could finally take their music outside. To the park, the beach, away from their parents. That was a taste of freedom.
And then the cassette era, the mixtape.
Oh, the mixtape was a huge cultural moment. You could record songs right off the radio and create your own playlist. It took real effort. You had to time the recording perfectly to avoid the DJ talking over the intro.
But the real shift, the one that put an entire music store in your hand, was the digital pocket, the MP3 player.
Yeah, you went from carrying one tape to carrying thousands of songs on a tiny device.
Yeah.
It was a library in your pocket.
And today, that's all just on our smartphones. With high-quality earbuds, music is now a constant personal companion.
Think about it. When you're walking, on the bus, studying, working out.
You're right. We all have playlists for specific activities. A pump-up playlist for the gym, a chill one for homework.
Absolutely. Music is just so deeply integrated into daily life now. The only real limitation isn't storage anymore. It's just battery life. How long can you listen before you have to plug in?
Okay, now we have to talk about the internet, because that completely upended everything.
It did. Physical media like CDs. They're basically a niche product now. Streaming took over.
It changed the whole idea of ownership.
Fundamentally. For a small monthly fee, or for free with ads, you get instant access to millions of songs. You don't have to go to a store. You don't have to wait. Access replaced ownership.
And the discovery aspect is huge. The algorithms suggesting new music based on what you already like.
It's like having a personal DJ who knows your tastes better than you do sometimes. And it means distribution is instantaneous. An independent artist can finish a track and have it available to billions of people globally in seconds.
And social media platforms have cut out the middleman.
Totally. Artists can talk directly to their followers, share snippets of new stuff. It's why viral trends are so powerful.
Right, like a song that blows up from a dance challenge on TikTok.
It can become world famous in just a few days from short little video clips.
Which brings us back to visuals. Music videos are now essential.
Essential marketing tools. They're like short films that give a visual story to the song.
And they are serious investments. High-budget videos can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh, yeah. Complex choreography, artistic cinematography, crazy special effects.
And the reach on a platform like YouTube is astronomical. Billions of views. It's a huge part of an artist's identity and narrative. They're an art form in themselves.
And all of this, the tech, the visuals, the reach it, all funnels into what is now a massive business operation built around a single pop star.
And the biggest part of that operation today is the live concert.
Touring is absolutely huge. Arenas hold tens of thousands of people.
Why is touring so crucial now when we can just stream any song we want?
It's because of the streaming economics we just talked about.
Yeah.
The actual payment an artist gets per stream is, well, it's tiny.
So this is how they make a living.
This is a primary way, yeah. Connecting with supporters who buy tickets and merchandise.
And the scale of these tours is just staggering.
It really is. Professional crews setting up massive stages, complex lighting, huge sound systems. It's a traveling city. The performers have elaborate costumes, flawless choreography. It's an immersive spectacle.
And beyond the stage, the pop star is treated like a brand.
A brand that sells way more than just music.
Right. The merchandising.
And it goes way beyond just t-shirts and hats now. Artists collaborate on fashion lines, sneakers, fragrances, beauty products. For some big stars, that generates as much income as their music.
It's all about staying visible. Clever marketing keeps their name in the news even when there's no new song. In a crowded market, that strong brand is what helps you stand out.
So, We've basically tracked pop from a cheap vinyl record to this global business operation.
Which proves that pop music really is a global phenomenon. It connects people from all these different cultures.
People often call music a universal language, right?
Mhm.
Because it can express emotion, joy, sadness without you needing to speak the same language.
And we're seeing that more and more. While American and British artists used to dominate the charts, now music from other countries is hugely popular.
Absolutely. Music from Asia, from Latin America. Artists are mixing different languages in their songs to appeal to the widest audience possible.
So if pop's defining trait is its ability to change, what does the next decade look like?
The future is definitely going to be shaped by even more advanced digital tech. I mean, we're already seeing artificial intelligence being used,
To write the songs.
not to write the whole thing, not yet anyway, but to help songwriters, to suggest new rhythms, melodies, to spark inspiration.
A creative partner?
Sort of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then think about the experience. Virtual reality might let you go to a concert from your home, as if you were standing on stage.
Wow.
But I think through all the tech, the core will stay the same. It's that emotional connection between the artist and the audience. Pop music will always be a reflection of the world.
So the biggest takeaway here is that pop music's real power isn't just a catchy beat.
No, it's the astonishing speed and efficiency with which technology and media allow that beat to travel, to change, and to connect with millions of people all at once. It's creating a shared global culture.
That's definitely something to think about the next time you put on your headphones. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.